Hi, my name is Emnis Firoz Hussain, and I am an experienced real estate virtual assistant, and I have been working last 2 years in various working sites like elance.com, freelancers.com, and now I am working at upwork.com for last 2 months. And here is my profile. If you want, you can see here, and I have been working here as a real estate virtual assistant, and I have worked for 265 hours and won 4 jobs and earned $700+ and I am working on 4 jobs here. A list of my jobs here, and I am experienced most of the skills that is needed for your real estate business. If you want, you can contact here and drop a project for me, and I think I will be able to help you in here as well as. And if you want, I can send you my resume for contact here. That means here is my email address. My email is mfirzs1977@gmail.com. And if you want, you can send me a call in my cell phone. My number is 01713203556. Again, as I am from Bangladesh, and my code is +88 01713203556. And today I will describe about how we can run comps on hard property and determine the ARV for our hard property. And before this, we have to discuss what is hard property and what is risks and how we have to bid on our hard property. Hard means housing and urban development, which is run by the US government. And hard property means when real estate owners default on foreclosures, hard homes, loans, hard foreclosures, department properties and sells them to the general public at the public foreclosures auctions. Finding and purchasing hard foreclosures can help you save big on your next house or real estate investment property. Often we will below market below. Uh, for new listings, open listings, there are some features for listing of the hard property. Here is the list criteria. For new listings, open listings that have not seen the price reduction, a hard will accept the highest offer in a single bidding period of that equal 90% of the list price. And if you bid at least 90% of the list price, you are the highest bidder. The house is yours. And there is some rules for bidding on the hard property. Here is the additional rules. Hard incurs hard homes only one occupant, non-profit and government agencies can bid on hard homes. For unassured homes, the owner occupancy only bid period is the first 5 days. Investors can bid on hard homes on the 16th day for insured properties. And there is the various rules for the property, the way you can bid on the hard property, and some benefits, some risks. That means for listings that have been reduced one time in price, hard will reduce the price by the 10% of the list price, except highest offer in the single bidding period, the equal 80% of the list price of the hard. There is 80% of the reduced list price. If you are the highest over the 80% of the reduced list price, the house is yours. Again, the for listings that have been reduced for a second time, hard will reduce the price by the 15 of the current reduced list price, and except highest of the offer is single bidding period, that equals 70% higher of the second reduced current list price. This is the criteria or rules for bidding on the hard property. I think you know all of this. And when we buy a hard property, we follow some rules. That means some conditions, some features. A single family, condo family, ward, county, where city, where is the neighborhood, do some school matters. How about places of worships, convenience or retail centers, proximity of employee centers, how many stories desire equals the square forest, how many bedrooms and bathrooms, and we can follow these features for bidding on hard property. And as hard property is sold as is, we should be very careful for bidding and hire the contract on hard property. At if we cancel the our contract, we will not get back our earnest money. So be careful for bidding on this. And as my primary purpose is to determine the running comps and determine the ARVs, so we'll discuss this about in details. And here is the details of my how will run comps on hard properties. Usually I do this follow these stories for all the properties that I run comps on. And when we run the comps on a property, we will follow three major points. There's a location, location, lot size, that is building houses, and we will compare the subject property with our sold property that we collect from their online search, or we can compare the subject property with the active listing that is listed for the for sale in the various MLS. And when we will compare the subject property with the sold or active property, we will compare these features like city, municipality, inside or outside of the city limits, neighborhood, school districts, attractive amenities like a lake, ocean, park, cultural centers, etc. And again, the obnoxious things. You cannot sense the smell, loud noise, power lights, junky neighborhoods, dangerous dogs, etc. And if we will compare these features of subject property with our sold or active listing properties. And again, we will compare the features. There's a lot, there's a size or square footage of the subject property with our sold or listed property, then a fence yard or not, corner or interior lot, or a busy road or not, major slopes, mature or non-existent landscaping. We'll follow, we'll compare these features with our sold property or active listed properties. Again, the feature that comes, we will compare of the subject property with our sold or active listed. There is a size, square foot of bedrooms, bath, terrace, type, house, condo, townhouse, etc. Style, bungalow, ranch, modern, etc. Year built, condition, and then finished, the hardwoods versus cheap vinyl or granite counters versus laminate. And we will collect the sold property list from Zillow, which is very common. And again, we can run the sold search for the sold property near our subject property address from Trulia. Then comes the other three online systems like appraisal.com, Realtor, Redfin, Property Shack, iComs, etc. We will feature enforce some special consideration when we'll buy a hard property. You know what to do the neighbors' ears looks like, what is the noise level like, are people maintaining their house well, are there sidewalks, if not, are the dishes maintained by the neighbors, are there stray dogs or other animals running around, are there industrial buildings nearby, how close. We will consider all of this when we'll compare the subject property with our listed or sold property. We will consider these features for our subject property. We will collect the all the features of subject property from online or Google search. And again, we will search for a sold property and collect the all these features from our sold property, our listing property, and comparing these features with subject property and the sold property, we will get an idea about what is the price maybe our subject property. Uh, and for these reasons, we can search Google for collecting data from our subject property. Here is before this, we have to finalize the house which we will search in the Google from a hard store. We have some studies, so we can search our subject property from hardstore.com, and the way how we can, I'm trying to show this how we can get a property from hard stores. And here is the where the state. We can select anyone. We can find the property with the county, city, chief, street, and we can finalize 2 or 3 bed condition for the bathrooms. And here is the features buyer type, like owner, occupant, investors, or anyone, and we select the investor for our investors. And there is also some criteria that we can select: the accepting bids, new listing, price reduce. We will select all of this, and after that we will search for hit the search button, and we'll get the lots of property listed in Texas state. And we will consider, or will as we know that there's some rules for bidding on the hard property, so we will follow all of this pieces we listed here. That is this new listed, and here is the exclusive. And the one this is very important is this feature is price reduce, and date is extended. That means the listed price is reduced for the price is not being sold. And this is we should choose this type of property for bidding as the investors. And I have finalized a property. That means that we have finalized a property here. Here is the property. That means I have searched this property, and here is the information about the property. Case number. This is an eligible bidders, all bidders. Not only the occupant, owner occupancy, on the also the investor can bid here. And bidding submission deadline here is here, was 25th June. And here is the time deadline before we have to bid on this property. And all the information, address is here, bed, bath is here, total room is 7, square foot is here, and listed date is here, and list period extended, which is very much positive for bidding for the investors. Period deadline is all the information here, and another some information we can get from this maps. If we study, we can get some research about the subject property. Here is the maps, and we can zoom in the property to get some idea about the where is located, where the street of the property. And if we want, we can use this map facilities for getting many kind of information from our for our subject property. After that, we can go to our add-in dumps, which is very important to get some specific problems or some inspection details appear. And after that we will hit the PCR button for get some listed requirements about the subject property. We can download the this information here and save this. And then we will open the page that is downloaded here, and we will open this file. Sorry for being late here. Okay, all the features before listing the properties is listed here. This is cooling, air condition, okay, heating, furnace, okay, all the features, okay, ACBS is tested and function, yes, generator 200, breaker is panel, all the features. What is okay, where is problem, we can get details from here. We can find out any problem is listed here, or any any tools is not working. We can get this serious septic systems, okay, sanitary and plumbing system is yes, okay, all the features. We can get a clear idea from about the properties from here. Okay, after that we can go to our site. and we can get all the pages. We can view all these pages and get some information about the properties. After that, we can go to the property information. As our main feature, our target is to running the comms of this property. As we know that this is not possible to run comms on a hard store, so we have to follow another storage to get the run comms about this property. So we can copy the address of the subject property. Then we will Google search of this property here. At this is Google search of this property, and this property is also listed in various MLS. And here is the list of this sites where this property also listed here. We will get the data from our Zillow, which is very common, and we can lots of information about the subject property, and the property is listed here. And here is our destination, and here is our property that we are searching for, and we can get all the information about the subject property, address, date, baht, square footage, and what is the list price. And we can follow the another chart that I have created for my work here. This is comparable sales here. Here is the chart where we will list the subject property and our sold property. The subject property address of our subject property is here, and our subject property address square footage is 1832, 3-bed 2 baths and built in 172. Construction type is brick, and architectural style is traditional, and flooring is carpet concrete, linoleum and vinyl tiles. Our heater gas, this is gas. Gas is used for heating. Full no input like this. Garage is 2 spaces. Type is single family, and lot size is 0.257 acres. And the price for this project listed is $70,200. And we got this information from Zillow. And here is the details of this property that I copy and paste in my sheet. And here is all this. We can get all information from here. And another information we will collect from here is that another property sold near this property. This we can get some information about this property, and when we hit this property, we get this one. This one will sell in the same area. This is information about the sold property, and here is the address of this property, and the features are same. That is 3 beds, 2 baths, and the square footage, and is sold 159,900, and one this is December 26, 16, 2007. We can get all of this information from here, all research, and I have listed these features in my property S section. All of this section information is listed here. Here is the information about sold property, all of the listed here. This is our subject property, this is our sold property, and if you compare this our subject property with our sold property, we get some idea about our subject property price that in our open market. This property, sold property, is more square foot from our subject property, and this property is sold at $159,900, and our subject property listed at $70,200. So we can get more profit if we get this, or we can buy this property from hard side. And here is the problem that our subject property is less from our sold property. Then we can divide the price by the square footage, and when we get the per square foot cost, and we will reduce this from our subject property, and plus or minus or adding or subtracting from square footage and price, we can get the real value of our subject property. This is one process, the way we can get compare comparables on our subject property. We can get more less sold property from various sites. That means like Julia, uh, other sites. That means Realtor or Redfin or Property Shark or Icon. And comparing this with our subject property, we can determine the value of our subject property in open market. And another strategy we can follow, that is we give a search with the subject property address in Zillow to determine the estimate, which is a very common features of Zillow. All of us knows about this. This is very helpful to determine the market value of a property. When we search this property on Zillow, we get this. We got 10 properties, and we finally we have selected this for property for comparing our subject property and finalized. We get this price of our subject property in open market. That means our subject property value may be 1,79,916 in our open market. I think from here we can get the value of our subject property from Zillow. This is very clear concept for our subject property, and other way we can get the idea from our for our value of our subject property from here also. That means this subject property is 70,000, and this sold property is $159,000, $159,000. There is lots of possibility of making a profit if we bid on this property. This is a one way to get our the value of our subject property. And this comes the after repair value. After repair value means the cost that will get that will be after the property has been remodeled or repaired. And this is varies from home to house to house or property to property, and it depends on you how you will repair or remodel your house. And usually we get idea that the 50 square foot house maybe cost $9,200 for repairing, and this may be the new interior paint is 2,200, a new floor covering is $4,500, new fixtures $112, new appliance is $1,010. Total cost $9,200 to repair or remodel 15 square foot houses. And another way we can get an idea about the after repair value is kitchen maybe cost $5,000, bath cost maybe cost $3,000, roof maybe cost $6,000. Electrical installation it may be $5,000, plumbing may cost $5,000, sewerage $10,000, foundation $10,000. Window, that means basically vinyl windows usually starts about $300 for a window, and doors usually 10 to 100 and 100 to 150 per door installation cost maybe. Stucco and siding may cost 1,250 square foot houses. It will cost $8,500. And this is all the cost that we require for our repairing. And adding this cost, how we repair our and what is the condition of our subject property, we can determine ARV for our property. This is the way I can help you determine the ARV or running the comps, or maybe our subject properties value. I think it will be helpful for you, and the way we can get what maybe the open market price of subject property. Thank you. And if you want, you can again give me the details here. Here is my name is Science, and my contact address. Here is my resume. If you want, I can send you for a review. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.